To love is a deeply human, complex, and enriching experience. However, the reality is that love, while beautiful, can also be challenging and, at times, painful. For this reason, it is crucial that a person is emotionally and psychologically prepared before embarking on the journey of love. Love requires a deep understanding of oneself. Before loving another person, it is essential to know yourself, with all your strengths and weaknesses. Loving involves sharing your life with someone else, and this entails accepting and understanding your own emotions, desires, and needs. If you are not in tune with yourself, it can be challenging to establish meaningful connections with others. Love can take us through a roller coaster of emotions: joy, sadness, frustration, euphoria. Being emotionally prepared involves the ability to handle these emotions constructively, both in yourself and in your partner. Emotional resilience will allow you to face challenges that arise in a relationship without falling apart. Relationships are not always easy, and each person carries their own set of emotional baggage. Being psychologically prepared means having the ability to be patient with your partner and understanding their experiences and perspectives, even when they differ from yours. Furthermore, healthy love requires open and effective communication. Being emotionally and psychologically prepared involves the ability to express your needs and listen to your partner's needs. Lack of communication can lead to misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts. Being emotionally and psychologically prepared to love involves a commitment to oneself and the relationship. It requires self-awareness, acceptance, resilience, and empathy. Loving in a healthy way involves being willing to grow and evolve together with your partner, overcoming challenges together, and celebrating shared joys. That is why, today, we will delve into understanding 11 lessons that we must grasp before loving someone. If we are unable to comprehend these lessons, we are not yet ready for love, as it can be counterproductive for us. Lesson number 1. In the vast canvas of life, imperfections are the strokes that give authenticity to our existence. It's as if every mistake, every small crack in our imaginary perfection, is actually a corner where the essence of our humanity blossoms. In the complex web of relationships, this recognition becomes the foundation upon which true connection is built. Accepting that perfection is an unattainable ideal is not surrendering to mediocrity, but embracing the intrinsic beauty that resides in our flaws. In the mirror of a relationship, we see reflected our vulnerabilities and those of the ones we love. Instead of fearing them, learning to dance with them is the art of building bridges between two souls. Each imperfection is a note in the symphony of shared life, a unique melody that can only be created when discords are allowed to mix with harmony. Recognizing that perfection is nothing more than a chimera frees us from the heavy burden of unrealistic expectations. It is in the acceptance of our imperfections, and those of others, where we find the true freedom to love without restrictions. Thus, in the journey of the relationship, let's strip ourselves of the armor of perfection and immerse ourselves in the authenticity of being who we are. By looking beyond appearances, we build deep bonds that withstand storms and celebrate moments of sunshine. In this embrace of imperfection, we discover that true beauty resides in the ability to love despite, and even thanks to, our shared imperfections. 2. Love is not always enough. The premise that love constitutes the sole driving force sufficient to sustain a successful connection is revealed as an overly simplistic oversimplification. While love plays a fundamental role, it cannot be considered in isolation as the only essential component to ensure the longevity and well-being of a relationship. Effective communication emerges as a crucial cornerstone in the building of healthy relationships. The ability to express thoughts, emotions, and needs clearly and receptively stands as a vital means to understand and be understood in the complexity of human interaction. The ability to establish open and respectful dialogue, where the involved parties feel heard and valued, contributes significantly to the strength of the connection. Compatibility, on the other hand, adds an additional layer of complexity to the relational equation. Beyond the initial infatuation, the convergence of values, goals, and lifestyles becomes a crucial determinant for long-term stability. Harmony in these areas not only facilitates daily coexistence, but also establishes solid foundations for overcoming challenges and changes over time. Mutual effort stands as a necessary pillar in the construction and maintenance of a strong relationship. Shared dedication to overcoming obstacles, adapting to individual and collective transformations, and consistently nurturing the connection involves an active commitment from both parties. This effort implies not only the desire to grow love, but also the willingness to work together in the co-creation of a satisfying and enriching relationship. While love constitutes an essential component, the richness and longevity of a relationship are forged through the amalgamation of various elements, such as effective communication, compatibility, and mutual effort. Recognizing the inherent complexity of human relationships is fundamental to cultivating meaningful and lasting connections. 3. Independence is key. The importance of independence in a relationship stands out as a fundamental principle for building healthy bonds. In this context, the idea is promoted that each member of the couple should cultivate and preserve their individual autonomy, fostering a balance that contributes to the strength of the connection. The notion of independence suggests the ability to maintain one's own identity, individual interests, and personal goals, even while being committed in a relationship. This approach recognizes that a healthy relationship is not built on exclusive mutual dependence, but on the collaboration of two individuals who are whole and complete. Preserving independence involves allowing and encouraging the individual growth of each member of the couple. This means that each person has the freedom to pursue their passions, maintain relationships outside the partnership, and develop their skills and talents without feeling limited or constrained. This freedom not only nurtures individual self-esteem, but also enriches the relationship by bringing diversity and unique experiences. In a relationship where independence is valued, mutual trust is fostered. Each individual trusts that their partner is capable of maintaining their identity and making decisions that benefit their own growth. This trust lays the foundation for a stronger connection, based on mutual respect and acceptance. The key to independence in a relationship lies in the ability to maintain a balance between shared emotional connection and individual development. By learning to preserve autonomy, a healthy relationship is promoted that allows both members to grow and thrive individually, thereby contributing to the strength and longevity of the connection. 4. Expectations can be detrimental. The harmful impact of expectations in a relationship emerges as a significant phenomenon to consider. The tendency to impose unrealistic expectations on a partner becomes a potential obstacle to the health and harmony of the emotional connection. This phenomenon suggests that setting excessive demands can result in disappointments and unnecessary tensions, challenging the stability and well-being of the relationship. The imposition of expectations involves the idea of establishing specific and preconceived criteria on how the partner should behave, respond, or meet certain needs. This approach, though sometimes unconscious, can create fertile ground for misunderstandings and conflicts, as expectations may not align with the individual reality of each member of the relationship. The detrimental nature of excessive expectations lies in their potential to generate disappointments. When the actions or responses of the partner do not meet the established expectations, a sense of disillusionment can arise, leading to emotional tensions and resentments. This dynamic can gradually erode trust and satisfaction in the relationship. Avoiding unrealistic expectations involves fostering open and honest communication. Instead of assuming certain behaviors or reactions, dialogue is encouraged to better understand individual needs and expectations. This approach allows both members of the couple to share their perspectives, creating space for mutual adaptation and negotiation instead of imposing rigid conditions. Awareness of the negative impact of excessive expectations proves to be a crucial element in building healthy relationships. By avoiding imposing unrealistic criteria on the partner, the door opens to more open communication and a more flexible relationship, capable of adapting to the individual complexities of each member, thus promoting lasting stability and satisfaction. 5. Forgiveness is necessary. The compelling need to incorporate forgiveness into the fabric of a relationship stands out as an essential principle for cultivating long-term emotional health. The inevitability of making mistakes, inherent to the human condition, underscores the importance of developing the ability to forgive and release resentments in the context of a lasting connection. Forgiveness, in this sense, is presented as a dynamic process that involves the conscious acceptance of imperfections and wrongdoing, both one's own and others. By recognizing that everyone is susceptible to error, a conducive ground is established for mutual understanding and the construction of emotional bridges instead of barriers. The ability to forgive reveals itself as a selfless act that not only frees the person granting forgiveness, but also offers the possibility of redemption and growth to the recipient. This act of emotional generosity allows overcoming obstacles that mistakes may pose in a relationship, thus promoting resilience and the strength of the bond. Forgiveness, however, does not imply forgetting, but rather learning from past experiences. By embracing the intrinsic lesson in forgiveness, the foundation is laid for joint growth and a deeper mutual understanding. This process contributes to the construction of a more profound and nuanced connection, where vulnerability and humanity are embraced rather than a source of distancing. Forgiveness emerges as a vital component for the long-term health of a relationship. By learning to forgive and release resentments, the capacity to grow together is nurtured, transforming past mistakes into opportunities to strengthen emotional connection and foster a more enriching and resilient relationship over time. 6. Change is constant. The constant nature of change manifests as an unavoidable reality in the dynamics of human relationships. Recognizing that people evolve over time is a fundamental principle for building lasting connections. Instead of resisting this inevitable process, the key lies in learning to adapt and evolve together with the partner. Acknowledging that both oneself and the partner are in constant transformation implies openness to the possibility of personal and shared growth. This approach involves not only accepting, but also embracing individual and collective evolution, recognizing that interests, values, and priorities can change over time. Adaptability emerges as a crucial skill in this context. The willingness to adjust expectations, goals, and relationship dynamics as both members evolve is essential to maintaining harmony and emotional connection. Instead of viewing change as a threat, it can be perceived as an opportunity to discover new dimensions in the relationship. Resistance to change can lead to unnecessary tensions. Learning to flow with natural transformation involves the ability to communicate openly and honestly about individual evolutions and share visions for the future. This communication facilitates mutual understanding and promotes the construction of a shared path, even when individual trajectories may diverge. Accepting change as a constant in human relationships offers the possibility of cultivating more resilient and enriching connections. By learning to adapt and evolve together with the partner, a fertile ground is established for personal and shared growth, thus fostering a relationship that endures through the inevitable transformations that life presents. 7. Passion can fluctuate. The dynamics of passion in a relationship reveal its changing nature, where intensity experiences fluctuations over time. Understanding that passion will not always be constant emerges as a crucial principle for the healthy management of a lasting connection. Instead of expecting an unchanging flame, the key lies in accepting variations and actively collaborating to preserve and revitalize the spark. Accepting fluctuations in the intensity of passion involves recognizing that ups and downs are a natural part of the course of any relationship. The initial phase of ardor and excitement may give way to more subdued moments, but this does not necessarily indicate a decrease in the quality of the connection. Passion, understood as a dynamic element, can take various forms over time. Working together to keep the spark alive involves a mutual commitment to renewal and ongoing exploration. This entails not only the initiative to maintain physical intimacy, but also the effort to cultivate emotional connection and complicity in different aspects of the relationship. Open communication about needs and desires contributes to this process, allowing both parties to feel heard and valued. Creativity and a willingness to try new experiences become valuable tools for revitalizing passion. Exploring new activities together, sharing fantasies, or simply dedicating quality time can reignite the fire of the connection. Routine and monotony, often responsible for a decrease in passion, can be countered by introducing fresh and exciting elements. Understanding that passion in a relationship can experience variations is essential for a lasting connection. By accepting these fluctuations and actively collaborating to keep the spark alive, a more resilient and enriching relationship is promoted, capable of adapting to the different phases and challenges that life presents. 8. Commitment does not mean total conformity. Commitment in a relationship should not be misconstrued as the complete surrender of one's own desires and needs. Instead, it involves the active pursuit of a balance that satisfies both individual aspirations and shared goals. It is essential to recognize that commitment does not mean losing personal identity, but rather finding common ground that works equitably for both parties. In the context of a committed relationship, the pursuit of balance involves open and honest communication about expectations, desires, and individual boundaries. The key lies in the ability to express personal needs without fear of discord, thus allowing the coexistence of individual ambitions within the framework of the relationship. Balance and commitment also entails a willingness to compromise on certain aspects without sacrificing personal integrity. This is not about completely giving up one's desires, but recognizing the importance of collaboration and adaptability in a relationship. Negotiation and flexibility become fundamental tools for achieving a healthy compromise. Moreover, it is essential to understand that commitment is not just about giving up, it also involves actively contributing to the well-being of the partner and the relationship as a whole. Finding solutions that benefit both, where each member feels valued and respected, strengthens the connection and promotes a sense of fairness in the relationship. Commitment in a relationship involves finding a balance that allows for the satisfaction of both individual needs and shared objectives. This approach fosters a healthier and more sustainable relationship, where both parties can flourish individually without compromising the very essence of who they are. 9. Vulnerability strengthens. Vulnerability, despite its connotations of fear and insecurity, reveals itself as a powerful force in building strong emotional connections. Sharing intimate thoughts and feelings, though it may be daunting, stands as a fundamental means to strengthen the emotional connection with a partner. Vulnerability involves authentically exposing oneself, revealing deep and sometimes delicate aspects of oneself. This courageous act of honesty creates a bridge between souls, establishing a ground of mutual understanding and empathy. By sharing our deepest truths, we create space for authenticity and acceptance in the relationship. Emotional connection is strengthened as vulnerability breaks down emotional barriers. By expressing fears, desires, and longings, greater intimacy and rapport are fostered. Vulnerability allows the partner to enter the very essence of who we are, promoting a deeper and more meaningful understanding. The act of sharing vulnerabilities also creates an atmosphere of mutual support. By revealing our weaknesses, we provide an opportunity for the partner to offer comfort, understanding, and encouragement. This exchange of support reinforces the emotional connection, establishing a solid foundation for overcoming challenges together. Vulnerability, far from weakening, nurtures trust in a relationship. The willingness to authentically expose oneself builds a bridge of trust between partners. This trust is essential for emotional stability and a sense of security in the relationship. Being vulnerable, although it may generate fear, presents itself as a transformative force that strengthens the emotional connection in a relationship. By sharing our deepest thoughts and feelings, we create a more intimate bond based on authenticity, mutual understanding, and trust, essential elements for an emotionally rich and satisfying relationship. 10. Authenticity is essential. The very essence of a solid and satisfying long-term relationship lies in authenticity, both with oneself and with the partner. Authenticity emerges as a fundamental pillar that underpins emotional health and deep connection in a relationship. Being authentic with oneself involves the ability to honestly recognize and express who you are, without masks or pretenses. By acting from a place of internal sincerity, a solid foundation is established for personal growth and self-acceptance, crucial elements that contribute to a healthy relationship. Authenticity with a partner involves openly sharing thoughts, feelings, goals, and desires. This act of transparency creates an environment where both members feel seen and understood in their entirety. Open communication fosters emotional connection, building a bridge between individual and shared experiences. In a relationship based on authenticity, vulnerability finds its space. The willingness to share not only joys and successes, but also challenges and insecurities strengthens the bond between partners. This genuine exchange creates a deeper connection, where mutual acceptance is cultivated through authentic understanding. Authenticity also involves the ability to maintain one's own integrity in the relationship. Being true to oneself, even when circumstances are challenging, contributes to a genuine and lasting connection. Trust is nurtured when both parties know that authenticity is a fundamental value in the relationship. Authenticity reveals itself as an essential element for long-term strength and satisfaction in a relationship. Being authentic with oneself and with the partner builds a solid foundation based on truth, acceptance, and mutual understanding, elements that nourish and strengthen the connection over time. 11. Communication is more than words. The importance of effective communication goes beyond mere word exchange. It involves a broader process that encompasses expression and, crucially, active listening. Understanding that communication is more than just speaking and also involves a profound commitment to active listening is essential for building a meaningful connection in a relationship. Speaking clearly and expressing thoughts and feelings openly is a vital aspect of effective communication. However, the act of actively listening is equally crucial. Listening not only involves hearing the words of the partner, but also understanding and empathizing with their needs and emotions. This act of genuine attention strengthens the connection by demonstrating authentic interest in the inner world of the other. Effective communication thrives on the ability to put oneself in the other's shoes, to recognize the nuances not only of what is said but also of how it is said. Empathy, patience, and a willingness to understand beyond spoken words contribute to deeper and richer communication. Nonverbal expression also plays a fundamental role in communication. Gestures, facial expressions, and body language convey meanings that can complement or contradict spoken words. The ability to interpret these nonverbal elements adds an additional layer of understanding, enriching the emotional connection. In the context of a relationship, effective communication becomes an essential tool for building and maintaining a deep and lasting connection. The ability to express oneself honestly and listen with empathy creates a space where both parties feel seen, understood, and valued. Recognizing that effective communication encompasses more than just speaking highlights the importance of active listening. Understanding the needs and feelings of the partner contributes to the construction of a deep connection, nurtured by authenticity, empathy, and genuine communication. In the conclusion of this video, I want to remind you of the importance of absorbing these 11 lessons about love. Understanding and applying these lessons will not only enrich your relationships, but also provide you with a deeper perspective on what it truly means to love. Use these teachings to build stronger, more understanding, and satisfying connections. Love is a journey, and each of these lessons will guide you towards a deeper understanding of yourself and those you choose to love. If you still feel that these lessons are a challenge or you don't fully understand them, don't worry. The path to full love is a continuous process of learning and growth. Allow yourself to explore, make mistakes, and learn along the way. Thank you for investing your time in these reflections on love. I sincerely wish you find fulfillment and joy in your relationships. Until next time, may your love journey be filled with meaningful learnings.